Ladies and gentlemen, after a 1 hour 20 minutes, supposed to be about 2 hours, but coming very quick, we are officially in Rome. We had a short ride in an Uber to the hotel. The hotel is interesting to say the least. We booked a double room and the bed was a single bed, but we think it's being sorted. Sort of said to him, look, there's two of us, you know, that's not going to work. He tried to say it was a small double, but you know, we googled the measurements and things. It's not a small double, it's a single bed. So yeah, I think we'll be moved. But yeah, Rome, just as hot as Florence, just as chaotic as Florence, but I'm sure it's going to be great once we get into it. 100% fanciest McDonald's in the world. Yes, we are those people that have McDonald's, because basically we've just been told they're changing the room, so we can't have a sit-down meal or anything. So we're going to have something quick. You come to Italy, you have Mackie D's, and no, it's against the rules and against the laws, but we are following fellow brothers across the water. Big up the Yanks. From McDonald's to the Spanish Steps now. I don't know why people rave so much, and by the way, it's 42 degrees. I don't know if you can see that there. It's 42 degrees, so it explains why the majority of people are dripping. But here we go, here's the Spanish Steps, designed in the 17th century, become a meeting point for poets and things like that. So it's become iconic, but to me, they're just stairs. I have stairs in my house. I wouldn't take a picture like that on the stairs in my house. You know, it is what it is. It's impressive, but it's not something that impresses me too much. But there you go, guys. You've got to see it. That's what they say. You've got to see it, and yeah, I'm seeing it. As I say, there's history to it, but not really much that is worthwhile. It's to do with the Spanish. It's a Spanish legacy. That's why it's called Spanish Steps. But as I say, not that impressive. That was more impressive, but look at the lines. Basically, you can have a picture standing here. People queue just for an Instagram shot. I mean, I don't know in what world people nowadays will queue for 20 odd minutes in the sun, maybe half an hour in the sun, just to get the perfect shot for Instagram. My Instagram's got 28 followers, you know. You don't want to be, I get that 3 likes. So there we go. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen, Spanish Steps. I'm sure there's something interesting that people can tell you about it, but it's not something that's too interesting to me. Anyway, on to the next thing. Back to the hotel, actually, to get our room, to get our new room. I have seen pictures of the room. It's got a circular bed, you know, like what they used to have, like Vegas in the 70s, like the luxury penthouse suites, but certainly not a luxury penthouse suite. Not like the last one where we got that upgrade. It's far from that. But you know what, can't complain. We're a sort of central Rome, so it's quite nice. 42 degrees though, as I say, 42 fucking degrees. Right, here we are, 15-minute walk, 40 degree heat is no joke. The Trevi Fountain, ladies and gentlemen, apparently it finished completing in 19 BCE. Even when the fall of the Roman Empire came, it was still used in some form of aspect. Obviously nowadays it's become just an iconic piece of Rome. It's said so you have to throw a coin, toss a coin over, is it your left hand, right shoulder, or vice versa. If you do it once, it means that you're going to come back to Rome. What means I'll come back to Rome is if I've got enough fucking money to come back to Rome. I'll have to throw a coin in. And then they say do it twice, you fall in love. They've obviously never heard of Tinder. And if you do it 3 times, you have a baby. They've obviously not heard of just taking the Durex off. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the Trevi Fountain. You've seen it. I don't. That there is like the queue to go down, which we're not doing. I'm not queuing. Look at it. I'm not queuing. But it's stunning. It's stunning to look at as a whole. Rome is pretty beautiful, I must say. I don't want to sound like I'm whinging because I'm very grateful to be there, but it's just a bit of water. You can see it from here, and people decide to queue up for God knows how long. You get whistled at if you're there too long, and they move you back, and then you end up coming and getting the view that we've got. You know, it's love. No, I don't want to moan. It's good. It's good. I mean, Brussels had a fountain of a guy pissing. You know, that's more up my market than this, I must say. Yeah, I don't know. It's good. It's pretty, but to queue up in the heat, not for me. Not for me. I mean, look at that. The swarms of people. To queue up for it, no, I don't get it. I've only stayed here for as long as I have because I'm absolutely boiling. There's a little bit of shade for once. Could be looking at anything. I could be looking at someone shitting. If there's shade, I'm going to say. If anything, to be fair, that do quite well on TikTok, I reckon, rather than this sort of stuff. But yeah. As I say, I'm grateful to be here. You know, it's once in a lifetime thing to see, but it's just some water. Just some water. Don't waste your money either. There's a cost of living crisis. People throwing money away. Wow, wow, wow. We are officially at the site of the Roman Colosseum, ladies and gentlemen. One of the 7 wonders of the world. Opened in 78 AD, I believe it was. Home to obviously the gladiator games. Just imagine the bloodshed that would have occurred around these grounds. It's insane. So this is one of the first sites. It's a huge site, and before you actually end up at the actual Colosseum, but this is the sort of start of it. I think to know about Rome, everything 15-minute walk, 15 minutes from the Spanish Steps to the Trevi Fountain, and then 15 minutes from the Trevi Fountain to here. So everything's 15 minutes, but yeah, so this is the start of basically of Roman history. It's absolutely incredible. We decided not to go inside. Obviously, we've not got too long in Rome, so we've decided that we're going to see it all from the outside, which to me is more than enough. Way more than enough. So when you walk towards it, you see it from a little bit of a distance. We see it sort of down the slip road before we got here, and it's genuinely as if you've gone straight back in time, as if you're there, the way the buildings peer through the gaps. So that's what you sort of see. If you go on the inside, you get to walk around and obviously see it closer up. But to me, if I can see it from here without paying the money, free of charge, you're better off doing that. We've paid for the Vatican and the Sistine Chapel, because seeing that from the inside is going to be worthwhile. But yeah, for the Colosseum, I thought it was smarter to see it from the outside. I don't think you need to go inside it. I'll keep telling you, someone will say, oh, it's good because you get X, Y, and Z, but to me, I'm quite content seeing it as it is. As I say, we've not had the main sort of Colosseum yet. It's a huge site. It really is a huge site, but genuinely, like, look at that in the distance. Like, you know, it's as if you're going back in time. It really is. It's incredible. Just the amount of people that would have died here. You know, madness. It's absolutely incredible. actually lasted this amount of time. So the site is huge. Crazy. This is the other side, and there is the Forum of Caesar all around. You know what I always found fascinating about Julius Caesar was that he was named after a salad, and that's always fascinated me. And down the road is the actual Colosseum. It's worth the sweat. I'll give them that. This was worth the sweat. And there we have it. One of the 7 wonders of the world. I think it was only classed as a wonder of the world from like the 2000s. I don't think it was classed any earlier than that. But yeah, one of the 7 wonders of the world. Just the things that you would have seen in this Colosseum all those years ago. As I say, was it 70 AD, 80 AD, something along those lines. And the fact that it's still largely standing is beyond, like, it's just beyond amazement. It really is. Absolutely incredible to be here. Well worth the sweat. Not going inside. Yeah, we had decisions to make. To me, I wanted to see the Vatican and things like that, the Sistine Chapel, etc, etc. So we're not going inside of it, but seeing it from the outside, just as incredible. Yeah, we are certainly thankful that we can be here. I'd love to visit all the 7 wonders. I believe that this is the first one I can cross off my list here in Rome. Gone up to 44 degrees now. Worth the sweat. I'd say so. I'd say it's worth the sweat. And it's not as busy as you'd expect it to be. Incredible stuff. Ciao, ciao. Rome, ladies and gentlemen. Rome. The glorious city of Rome. Everywhere you look, there's just beauty. It really is a stunning place to go. I highly recommend it. You know, it's busy, it's hot, but what more do you what do you expect really? Especially in the summer. I do highly recommend it. Beauty everywhere. Shame about our hotel. Yeah, the less we say on that, the better right now. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, much easier to get in with the skip the line tickets on Get Your Guide. We are headed in towards the Pantheon. Definitely do it. Definitely pre-book tickets. You skip straight in, no questions asked. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the Pantheon. One of the more impressive pieces of architecture I think I've ever laid eyes on. Apparently it was built to worship the Roman gods, and then I believe sort of shortly after I think it became a Christian church. I could be wrong with that fact, but sort of obviously nowadays it's just a piece of stunning history. I mean, as I say, Cameron never does things justice. But seriously, come down, skip the line tickets with Get Your Guide. So much easier than the David tickets in Florence. Absolutely stunning. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, the Pantheon. Done and dusted. Done in 10 minutes. Look, it's £8 each and you get an audio guide. Is it worth doing? If you have the time, yes. If you don't have the time, you know, if you're in a rush, there's other things you want to see. To me, not really. I think it's something that could be free. It's really no different to to a sort of normal cathedral where, you know, it's stunning, it's absolutely gorgeous inside, beautiful architecture, but that's about it. It's just one big circle. So yeah, to me, for the sake of £8, maybe come and see it. If not, I mean, the outside of it is just as impressive. And unfortunately, when you're travelling to time, that's what you've got to decipher. Is something worth going inside of, or can you sort of sacrifice it and remain on the outside? Now, standing here having done this, I can safely say you can probably do it from the outside. You can sort of see in, you know, you can see in, and that is all there is to see. Yeah, so if you're doing Rome in a day, come see it on the outside. It's on the way to the Vatican. There you go, travel tip. But yeah, as I say, it's £8. If you're here for a couple of days, do it. You can, but I've just seen that there's actually not a queue for the buying tickets here. But it's card only, just if anyone is planning on doing that. There we go, Pantheon, ticked off the box, done in 10 minutes. Simply lovely. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here in the Vatican. One thing to notice about the Vatican, very confusing. We walked through something to do with the Egyptians. Don't know what that's got to do with the Vatican, but we are heading towards the Sistine Chapel. That's the main thing you want to see, that and the Basilica. But there's like museums here, there, everywhere, and yeah, it's a bit confusing. You're sort of pushed into one direction, which we would definitely push the completely wrong way. But we're here. It's classed as its own country. I think the smallest country in the world, the lowest population in the world. Yeah, no Pope today. Comes out on Wednesdays. On Thursdays he catches up on Love Island for the week. So yeah, he's not out. The way it's done, I mean, it's stunning. Just say, the camera never does it justice, but super confusing. Because as I say, you end up being pushed with large groups, and some of them we think are going the wrong way because we've missed something at the start. But incredible, the amount of history in this place, and obviously, you know, it's a home of a major, you know, religion. Incredible, really. Blessed to be here. Doing a roar. The amount of money in this place. Yeah, you have to pay £30 there. Come on, Mr. Popey, you big tight. You know what? No need to be tight with your money. Share the money with the poor. Mr. Popey, let me in for free. This is what we come for. Look at this. The last one we went in was full of like old carpet. You know, you can see carpet and Wetherspoons. You know what I mean? It wasn't as impressive as Wetherspoons. This is what's doing my head in, is people posing. What's he doing? You know? And then they get annoyed when people walk past. But you can't pose in the middle of the Vatican and just not expect somebody to walk past you. It's ridiculous. There's been so many of them. Here we go. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. This was the carpets I was talking about. Seeing Wetherspoons. You know what I mean? Similar stuff. Go to a Wetherspoons. Don't pay £33. Take a look at this, man. Right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the Vatican Museum and the Sistine Chapel done. Yeah, you know, we spent an hour and a half in there. Very impressive. It's obviously full of gold, full of historical artifacts, full of, you know, things like that. But yeah, it's a bit anticlimactic, I suppose, by the time you get to the Sistine Chapel. It's a bit, you know what I mean? It's one of those things you're just a bit like, oh, it keeps telling you it's this way, this way, this way. It's not the next room like you think it is, and all of a sudden it's there, and it's a bit like, oh, right. There we go. And it's so mobbed in there that there's just, you just end up walking through it. Yeah, a bit anticlimactic. And you know, that's got to be one of the worst places I've ever been for people. I'm not a big fan of people. You know, people do my head in. But you know, there's people walking up the exit routes. There's people trying to pose. You know, and then moaning at you as you're trying to walk around them. They're moaning at you because they're trying to get their #1 fucking Instagram shot to impress the 30 people that like their posts. Well, let me tell you something, right? I don't give a fuck. I'm walking where I want to walk. Okay. Yeah, just, you know, it's impressive. There's a random fucking room on the Egyptians. Why the fuck is that there? They've just poked their fucking ugly little head in and gone, yeah, shove us in there. I feel like what they were trying to do is, we don't really know what to do with this room, have some fucking Egyptian shit. How about fucking know? Know what I mean? Yeah, it was good. It was good. £33. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, confusing, as I say. Large groups of people that end up pushing you the direction they're going, whether it's the right or wrong way. You have no idea. Too many fucking tour people trapped in one room, taking up the entire fucking corridor. So you can't walk past. Sweltering hot in there. You know, you think the Pope with all of his fucking money could have aircon in his museums, but obviously not the Pope. What a tight little bastard the Pope is. Honestly, there's been plenty of them to install a bit of fucking aircon, but no, the Pope wouldn't, no, would he, eh? Spend it on more gold though, wouldn't you, Mr. Popey? But don't you worry about your people that are sweating. You're supposed to be the closest man to God. There's fucking gift shops. They're proper cashing in on you. Proper cashing in on you. Gift shops, £33 for tickets. Another fucking ticket to get back into it, to what we want to see next. Proper fucking, oh. Mr. Popey, sort yourself out. Ladies and gentlemen, where we are here at the Vatican, about to go to the Basilica. Fucking hot, mate. It is fucking hot. And I'm pretty sort of sick and tired of people right now. I sound like the moanless guy, but people are really beginning to grind on me. Ladies and gentlemen, this is more like it. As I say, the Sistine Chapel was hyped up and everything, and then it was just a little bit underwhelming. This £8 skip the line entry, straight in within 5 minutes, and you know, downstairs it didn't film, but you've got the resting places of people like Saint Peter and a couple of the Pope, Saint Paul, you know, so yeah, this is worth it. This is worth it for £8. Skip the line entry, online tickets. You're literally straight in, no questions asked. I'm going to put my phone away. I'm not going to film the rest in here because yeah, it's too stunning. I need to look at it through my own eyes. And with that, you lovely people, we are ending here in Rome. What can I say about Rome? Very hot, lots of steps, a beautiful city, but I would say that there's quite a bit of it that is overhyped. For example, the Trevi Fountain, not worth queuing up for. You can see it just as good from the side view. Is it something that I would visit again? Probably not. Is it something that I would regret if I didn't see? Again, probably not. The Spanish Steps, they are just stairs. They are just stairs. The history of them isn't that exciting. They are just steps. The Vatican, amazing to see, absolutely amazing to see. You know, if you're in Rome, there's the Basilica there lit up. If you're in Rome, well worth seeing. But you know, if you're coming in term time, it's going to be hot. It's going to be busy. You're gonna have to put up with a lot of fucking walking tours. You're gonna have to put up with a lot of posers. If you don't like people, don't do it. You know, the Pantheon, again, if you're short of time, I wouldn't do it again. But if you've got a bit of time, €8, crack on with it. As I say, Rome, you've been beautiful, you've been fantastic. Are you the best city in the world? Are you the best city in Italy? I would argue against it. For me, Florence and Venice, shit all over Rome, I must say. That's my personal experience, that's my personal opinion. Even though I didn't see a lot in Florence, the feel, the vibe, everything else in Florence was just done a lot better than Rome, and Venice is far prettier, far greater than Rome. A lot of where we went in Germany, again, far prettier, far greater than Rome. As I say, I don't know if it's been overhyped online, and that's what's gave me a sour taste in my mouth. I don't know. Well worth visiting. As I say, the Vatican is where it's at. Just based on the Vatican alone, 1,000,000% well worth the visit. And you know, yeah, that is a stunning thing to see. Everything else, the Colosseum, you can see from the outside. There's a lot you can see from the outside, as you see in my videos. But yeah, as I say, there's the Basilica lit up in the distance, a little dome building there. Beautiful. It is a beautiful city. It is a historical city. Roman history isn't something that I'm too interested in. If you are, it's worth the visit. If you're not, go Venice, man. That's all I can say. Until Naples, yeah? Ciao, ciao. Stay safe and stay young.